Man is on his knees. The rabbit behind him smiles wickedly. Then he took a carrot out of his pocket and rubbed it carefully. And then, this naughty little white rabbit was called Peter. This day he and his brothers were going to steal vegetables from a nearby farm. 3 were watching from the trees. 1 waited at the gate. Peter went inside the farm. He threw all the food he picked to his brothers outside the wall. But then an accident happened. Peter Rabbit drops a tomato on a cliff. The noise immediately alerted the grandfather. He grabbed his shovel and came over. Peter Rabbit was about to be discovered. Luckily, one of the rabbits threw a tomato. He was able to distract him. Peter Rabbit was about to run away, but his clothes were hooked on the metal net. By the time he took off his clothes, it was too late. In a moment of crisis, a woman appears just in time to save him. When Peter Rabbit is ready to go home, he saw his clothes hung up by the grandfather. It was his father's legacy. This was once the home of the rabbits. When the old man arrived, the rabbits were all driven out. One day, Peter Rabbit's father, looking for food, he came to the farm. He was caught by the farmer and made into spicy rabbit for lunch. The father only left Peter Rabbit with a coat. Looking at the coat on the wood, he knew it was dangerous inside, but he rushed in anyway. Soon Peter Rabbit has the coat. I really thought you were on my side. But he was caught by the old man himself. Little white rabbit caught by the big man. While he was considering whether to steam it or braise it, he had a heart attack and passed away unexpectedly due to his emotions. Huh? And the rabbits bowed politely to say goodbye. Then they went to the farm. They had a great time inside. Afterwards, they called all the animals over to his cottage. They had a party inside, and while they were having a good time, there was an unexpected visitor. The ducks at the gate spotted him. He ran to report it. Immediately, all the animals went into hiding. Roy, who had come to inherit the farm, came in, looked at the messy room in front of him. He was stunned like the third emoji on your phone. Roy had just sat down to take a break, and then all the animals were found running away. Roy also grabbed a coat hanger to chase them away. The next day Roy had all the holes plugged up and reinforced the fence. Seeing the cottage in his hands taken away from him again, Peter Rabbit decided to sneak into the farm and chase Roy away. Then he took his brothers up the wire and was on the verge of a fall. But due to his lack of skill, he ended up falling. Peter Rabbit is spotted by Roy. Peter Rabbit immediately runs into the warehouse. Roy came in after him. Luckily, Peter Rabbit was quick to react. He ran out, and his friend was still inside. Then they played hide and seek. In the end, the 2 brothers escaped unscathed. The next day, Peter Rabbit came with his brothers to take revenge. Little did they know that Roy was in love with Lisa. They rode together, doing yoga together. This made the rabbits very unhappy. One day, Peter Rabbit finally couldn't stand it anymore. He rushed in and started to fight, but Lisa saw them. The 2 of them pretended that nothing had happened. But when Lisa left, the 2 of them immediately got into a fight. Roy pushed Peter Rabbit against the wall with a paintbrush. Lisa came over just then. As the brush was bitten by Peter Rabbit's mouth, Lisa mistook him for the one who had ruined her painting, so she threw him out. Looking into the room at Roy's smugness, the rabbits were furious. Then they trained hard. They trained their legs and their arms every day. They kept on training. One day Peter Rabbit found Roy again.